dangerous. Police want your help identifying a man they believe is shooting at people in Oroville. Plus, after announcing retirement, we hear from Chico's police chief about why he's leaving now. And the Chico City Council names a familiar face to be city manager.
Covering Northern California. You're watching Action News Now. Breaking news.
We are following breaking news, a fire that broke out in the past hour in Oroville. This is a live look. You can see the plume of smoke from that fire. CAL FIRE Butte County says it's at about 75 acres right now, burning between Nelson Road and Cottonwood Road, between Highways 70 and 99. We have a reporter on the way, and we'll bring you the latest details as soon as we learn more. We check in with Chief Meteorologist Jason Stiff. Jason, any fire is potentially dangerous right now with these hot, dry conditions.
Yeah, definitely hot and dry. We still have the breezes blowing out of the south also. And I have a different time lapse that you can see. I want to show you this. I'm going to put this into motion. This is the last 15 minutes or so. And you can see, now this is looking toward the southwest. And with that smoke moving from left to right, that means we have a south to north wind direction right there. And it's still fairly breezy. Most of the wind around the Oroville area, 15 to 16 miles an hour. It's also hot, but not as hot as it was the last several days. Right now, Oroville, 92 degrees, similar to the rest of the valley right now. The wind, 16 miles an hour out of the due south, moving toward the north, a little bit stronger, though, around northern Butte County at 21 miles an hour. Humidity low, though, 16% humidity, just like most of the rest of the valley. The good news about the wind, it is going to weaken after we get past sunset tonight. Most of that wind less than 10 miles an hour by early tomorrow morning. More details on our upcoming weather situation, as well as the 4th of July weekend forecast in a few minutes.
Thank you, Jason. The Rice's fire is still raging in Nevada County, and with fire crews there getting reinforcements from Chico Fire, CAL FIRE Butte County, and other agencies. Evacuations came Tuesday, the first day of the fire in Nevada County. When one man returned to his home, he found red fire retardant drop from a plane all over the area. Covered his solar panels and dirt bikes.
A million things go through your mind. You just try to grab as many valuable things as you can.
Bulldozers are a crucial part of fighting wildfires, and you're the guy behind the wheel.
Oh, yeah.
How does that feel to be a part of helping communities like this?
It makes you feel good. It makes you feel real good that you can keep the structures from going up, because then people get to come back to at least have something, even if the brush and the trees are burned up. At least their house is still there, isn't it?
5 firefighters have suffered heat-related injuries. One building has been destroyed. CAL FIRE says the Rice's fire has burned more than 900 acres. It is just 12% contained, but fire managers say full containment could come by this Sunday. Breaking today, a vegetation fire in Anderson. Take a look. The homeowner told Action News Now that they were mowing their lawn when a rock flew up and started the fire. CAL FIRE managed to stop the flames within about 10 minutes at less than a half acre.
Very scary. I just don't want to lose my home. I don't want to see anybody lose their home. So that's all I could do is come out and help.
That was a neighbor. Now, the homeowner tells Action News Now he is sorry for his mistake and is going to be more careful when he mows his lawn next time. CAL FIRE urges everyone to pay attention to the weather conditions when mowing and doing any property work in order to prevent wildfires. CAL FIRE also says the Burroughs Fire in western Glenn County is now fully contained after burning more than 300 acres. That fire broke out Tuesday just north of Elk Creek. We are still working to find out what caused it. Today, FEMA announced Dixie Fire survivor claims to both FEMA and the PG&E settlement could be considered duplication of benefits. Congressman Doug LaMalfa says under FEMA's guidelines, federal disaster aid received by victims may be considered an overpayment if the victims received additional funds for the same reason from the other settlement. Now, if a duplication of benefits is found, FEMA says it will require funds to be repaid. Coming up at 5, we'll hear from Congressman LaMalfa about his Preventing Disaster Re-Victimization Act, which would waive these repayments for victims who applied for help in good faith where no fraud was committed. Chico Police Chief Matt Madden has less than 3 months left on the job. He is stepping down September 23rd after serving 25 years with the Chico Police Department. Action News Now reporter Ryan Ketchum spoke with the chief today about his decision to step away.
Madden says it's just about time to be with family now. Madden actually took over the chief position after Michael O'Brien 2 years ago. He tells me the way the department is set up with 2 captains makes for an easy transition to his successor. Madden says the way his team stepped up while he was interim city manager gives him peace of mind that he's leaving them in good shape.
My command staff is strong. They're a very strong leader. They've done just an amazing job leading this organization through very, very tough times. And so I had full confidence in any of command staff that steps into this role.
Madden says he'll speak with the city manager about moving the department forward after he retires. Now, property crimes in Chico reached a 4-year high in 2021 compared to the past 4 years, all the way back to 2018. And violent crimes are also up since 2019. I'll break down why Madden thinks there is a rise coming up at 5. Reporting live from the Chico Police Department, I'm Ryan Ketchum. Action News Now, coverage you can count on.
Thank you, Ryan. There are currently 19 vacant positions in the Chico Police Department, including 7 police officers. Breaking news, the man convicted of murdering a man in a Chico homeless camp was sentenced to life in prison today. Jedediah Wright stabbed John Snowberger to death last August at Comanche Creek. District Attorney Mike Ramsey says Wright testified he was acting in self-defense after Snowberger tried punching him. Wright must serve a minimum of 6 years before being considered eligible for parole. Also breaking today, a Chico woman pleaded guilty to murder for a DUI crash that killed an Olivehurst man. Prosecutors say Nicole Chalice's blood alcohol content was more than 3 times the legal limit, and she had oxycodone in her system at the time of the crash. The judge will sentence her July 29th. Chalice faces a life sentence with the possibility of parole in 15 years. Former Mayor Mark Sorensen is Chico's new city manager. Sorensen served as city administrator, finance director, utility director, and risk manager for Biggs for the past 10 years. A Chico native, he was on the city council for 8 years in Chico and was mayor for 2. He also served on the Chico Planning Commission and was board member for the Chico Chamber of Commerce. The city council is expected to finalize the appointment at a Tuesday's meeting. Well, today is the last day on the job for retired Justice John Trotter, the trustee in charge of the Fire Victim Trust. Last Wednesday, Trotter posted a letter saying current claims administrator Kathy Yanni will be taking over as trustee starting July 1st. As of June 15th, the Fire Victim Trust has paid out just over $4 billion of the 69,000 claimants. Less than half, just over 30,000, have received some of their pro rata payments. Happening today, Justice Stephen Breyer officially stepped down and Judge Ketanji Brown Jackson was sworn in as the newest Supreme Court Justice.
Now, on behalf of all of the members of the court, I am pleased to welcome Justice Jackson to the court and to our common calling.
Ketanji Brown Jackson was sworn in as the 104th Associate Justice of the Supreme Court, making her the first Black woman to serve on the nation's highest court. The search continues for a Siskiyou County man after more than a week after he was reported missing. Plus, officials nationwide are sounding the alarm over the recent spike in drug overdoses. But first, 2 major decisions made today by the U.S. Supreme Court, what they mean for immigration and fighting climate change. Coverage you can count on means you can depend on us to bring you not only fast information as it's breaking, but also accurate information.
Live local coverage of important information that you need to know.
Action News Now. Follow new and breaking stories at actionnewsnow.com. Closed captioning brought to you by Rush Personnel Services. Jobs, jobs, and more jobs are available now. It's so easy to apply. Just click rush-personnel.com.
After a June to remember on Jeopardy! Let's see who the month's final champion will be.
It's a back-and-forth battle to start July on a winning note.
We have a close game here.
Next Jeopardy!
Vista Home Loans. Local, experienced, trusted.
It's like I'm downloading in slow motion. Wish we had better internet.
Charlie! That's right. It's me, Charlie. Wish specialist for Spectrum. Let's get that wish granted.
How?
Spectrum Internet delivers fast speeds for a stronger connection on all your devices. Here. Yeah! And here. Plus, get a free modem and free desktop security to keep your kids safe online.
Get Spectrum Internet for $49.99 a month. Call 833-768-4999.
Why do we need all these remotes? I wish our shows were in one place.
Spectrum TV makes it easy to find your favorites. Plus, you'll have access to over 85,000 titles on demand. And with the free Spectrum TV app, you can watch live sports, news, and more on any device, anywhere.
Get Spectrum TV for $49.99 a month. Call 833-768-4999.
I wish we didn't have a contract. Granted.
Oh, he's good.
Switch to Spectrum Internet or TV, or get them both for $49.99 a month each. All with no contracts. Call 833-768-4999.
For a family that goes in so many different directions, sometimes it takes a hot day and a full tank of gas to set the rest aside and just have fun together. Wishing and hoping doesn't make it happen. Getting there makes it happen. Having the power to load up, go and do at any free moment should be easy. No matter what distractions come up tomorrow, this day is what they'll remember. Lithia Chevrolet, getting you to the good life.
Next week, you had a tragic game incident early in your life.
In the 3rd grade, I was in the only spelling bee I lost. I'm here to redeem myself.
Will Stanley,
S-P-I-N.
his way to a real win?
Vista Real Estate. Local, experienced, trusted. You're watching Action News Now at 4 on NBC 24.
A blockbuster Supreme Court session ends with 2 more landmark decisions on 2 major cases related to climate change and immigration. Chris Nguyen reports on today's rulings.
Thursday, the court released rulings on 2 big cases related to climate and immigration. One curbs the Environmental Protection Agency's ability to broadly regulate carbon emissions from existing power plants.
We've focused a lot on what this court has done to individual rights, especially with abortion. But another pattern of this court has been stripping regulatory authority from the federal government.
The court also gave President Joe Biden approval to end the Remain in Mexico immigration policy that originated under the Trump administration, which sent certain non-Mexican citizens who entered the U.S. back to Mexico instead of detaining them or releasing them into the U.S. while their immigration proceedings played out.
They do also hold firm to this notion that administrations are allowed to change their policies when the White House changes hands, and that does trickle down.
The Supreme Court's next term begins the first Monday of October. In Washington, I'm Chris Nguyen.
The court also announced today it will hear a dispute over redistricting in North Carolina in a case that could have major implications for voting rights and could fundamentally change the landscape of election law. Details on an RV and brush fire in our area early this morning. We hear from the person who called 911 and tens of thousands of acres of forest land being closed because of high fire danger. What you need to know.
Okay, take a walk around your neighborhood, not so much in the forest themselves. We'll have some very agreeable weather for the first day of July. Hard to believe it's just about here. It won't be very hot in the morning, and it won't even be hot in the afternoon. Just seasonable, if not slightly cooler than average. Of your forecast for tomorrow, as well as your upcoming holiday weekend after this.
Action News Now on NBC 24. Coverage you can count on.
You may hate the color rouge. Well, now it's sapphire blue. Why stick with something you despise?
So in life, throws you uh-ohs. Just say, better get Mako.
When adventure calls, Toyota answers with more hybrid choices than any other brand. With class-leading MPG that never needs plugging in, you can venture on and off the grid with confidence. Every Toyota hybrid vehicle comes with Toyota Care 2-year complimentary scheduled maintenance and our exclusive 10-year, 150,000-mile hybrid battery warranty for wherever adventure takes you. Toyota, Let's go places.
This 4th of July, come celebrate with us and experience the Sleep Shop inside the new furniture and Mattress 86. Our new location at 945 Merchant Street is not quite complete, but the savings are. Everything in the store is marked down and ready to go. Queen-size mattress starting at $199. Adjustable airbeds with adjustable base, $29.99. Plus a free bedding pack with any mattress set purchase over $399. Up to 60 months interest-free financing and free local delivery, even at sale prices. Right behind our old location, Furniture and Mattress 86, across from the post office, 945 Merchant Street, Reading. If you find it for less, you should buy it.
You may hate the color rouge. Well, now it's sapphire blue. Why stick with something you despise?
So in life, throws you uh-ohs. Just save, better get Mako.
Storm Tracker weather is brought to you by Rush Personnel.
I got hurt in a car accident and I've got some questions. Can I get a lawyer working on my case for no money up front? Can I settle my case without going to court? Shouldn't I just trust the insurance company to give me what's fair?
We answer car accident questions like these every day. Call us and let's talk about your case. We're the Law Brothers.
The Law Brothers made it easy for me, and they set up my case for over $120,000.
Call us. We're the Law Brothers.
Call 530-9000000 or visit lawbrothers.com.
You're watching Action News Now. Storm Tracker weather. Coverage you can count on.
Breaking news, evacuation warnings are now in place for the Nelson fire. This is a live look of that fire burning in Oroville. The Butte County Sheriff's Office issued evacuation warnings for Butte ONW 737. That's the zone being evacuated, or rather under evacuation warning. Now the CHP says Cottonwood Road is closed between Highway 99 at Table Mountain Road. You're taking a live look over Lake Oroville right now. A lot of people, I'm sure, heading there right now for some fun in the sun over the holiday weekend. Chief Meteorologist Jason Stiff is here with your forecast. Jason, is the heat sticking around?
It is not. I've been in negotiations with Mother Nature. I'm going to keep cooling it down just like it has been the last several days. Today, pretty pleasant day. We've had some breezes outside, and it is almost as seasonable as it should be, but we're actually a little bit below average right now in Oroville. 92 degrees, certainly a lot cooler than it was earlier this week. We had highs of 104 to 105 degrees. We'll take 92. 95 degrees right now in Reading, 90 degrees in Chico, 84 comfortable degrees in Paradise. Compared to yesterday, 1 to 5 degrees cooler, and we are not done with that cooling trend. It will continue. Unfortunately, the breeze is still blowing, locally windy in a few parts of Butte County, but sustained wind of 21 miles an hour at the Chico Airport, 16 miles an hour right out of the south in Oroville, driving that fire to the north. But they're going to get on top of that fire. They're doing a great job fighting it right now. Very few clouds over our entire region. Just like yesterday, a few over Siskiyou County, parts of Trinity County, but they are not going to amount to much of anything. We're going to clear that sky out overnight tonight, and we'll still have a sunny sky both Friday and at least the first half of Saturday, but that's when our weather pattern really begins to change. Even by Saturday afternoon, some clouds starting to push into Siskiyou County, parts of Trinity County, some isolated showers beginning to pop up. We're not expecting a lot of rain with this incoming Pacific storm system, but it will provide a chance for some showers, and we'll certainly take it. Here's Sunday evening, a better chance for the higher terrain of our most northernmost counties to have a little bit of light rain. Coming up in our second half hour, I'm going to show you how much precipitation we'd expect. And it's not going to be very much, but we're going to have fewer and fewer clouds once we get past Independence Day on Monday itself. And we'll also have another warming trend as we move into next Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. In the short term, as far as the wind is concerned, that wind will be weakening overnight tonight, but it's going to return by tomorrow afternoon over the same suspect areas, mainly the eastern plateau as well as the foothills. We'll have some breezes coming through the valley, but we'll have a little bit stronger wind as we move into Saturday and Sunday when that Pacific storm starts to move our way. Some gusts in excess of 30 miles an hour will be a possibility, so keep that in mind Saturday and Sunday. But again, the good news is the temperatures are going to continue to cool all the way into this upcoming holiday weekend. Want to get some golfing in tomorrow? Expecting temperatures in the upper 60s in the morning, lower 80s at noon, lower 90s around 3 p.m. with highs below average for everybody tomorrow. Enjoy that while it lasts. Expecting highs in the 80s and lower 90s for Siskiyou and Trinity counties tomorrow afternoon. A beautiful start to July with some light to moderate breezes. For northeastern California, we'll also have more breezes tomorrow. Temperatures also in the upper 70s and lower to mid 80s. For the Ridge, lows tonight comfortable. 50s and lower 60s. 60s. Highs tomorrow on the first day of July, upper 70s and lower to mid 80s. For the Valley, we'll also have lows tonight in the upper 50s and lower 60s. Highs tomorrow below average, cooler than today, 92 to 93 degrees, about 4 degrees cooler than average. And the Chico area, lows tonight also upper 50s and lower 60s. Highs tomorrow, nice and comfortable, considering it could be so much hotter in early July. Lower 90s tomorrow afternoon, but it's going to be even cooler than that as we move into Saturday, Sunday, and Monday. Looking at the 7-day forecast in Chico, dropping down to the lower 80s Sunday and Independence Day. Not a good chance for valley rain, but we'll have some gusty wind at times. And for the Redding area, lower 90s Friday and Saturday, lower to mid 80s Sunday and the 4th of July.
Thank you, Jason. New at 5, we have a live report digging into what's driving up crime in Chico. But first, a drug bust and arrest. What one woman tried to get past officers.
Storm Tracker weather 7-day forecast at actionnewsnow.com.
I don't think it's here for the burger. This summer, Prime Rib is the star. Bite into the new Primal Angus Thick Burger and Beyond Raptor at Carl's Jr. See Jurassic World Dominion now in theaters.
When you are injured, where will you turn? As a former insurance defense attorney, Lawrence Puritz is uniquely qualified to handle your personal injury case. He knows and understands the insurance company's tactics. Before you settle, bring your case to the law offices of Lawrence Puritz for a free consultation. Visit online at northvalleylawyer.com or call 343-1614. The law offices of Lawrence Puritz, the fair settlement expert you deserve.
Couples. They share everything. Almost. And now it's time to share America's most recommended roadside assistance. Add loved ones to your AAA membership for 50% off and share the benefits. Like tow trucks that arrive 20 minutes faster with the highest customer satisfaction. Add loved ones in your household for 50% off with automatic renewal at AAA.com/50. AAA. Outsmart life.
This traffic is horrible.
Great. Time for another one of these.
Bite into the new Primal Burrito or Biscuit with Prime Rib at Carl's Jr. See Jurassic World Dominion now in theaters.
You're watching Action News Now on NBC 24. Coverage you can count on.
Butte Creek Country Club is the North Valley's finest member-owned club. With social memberships, members enjoy private dining at our full-service restaurant, exclusive social events at our clubhouse, quarterly events with live music, bocce league, wine dinners, kids club, and more. Our social amenities offer fun for every member of your family. Become a social member today. Visit our website to learn more. Butte Creek Country Club, where membership becomes family.
First at 4, detectives with Chico Police arrested a woman for doing illegal drugs in front of children. They got a tip based on a phone call involving a Butte County jail inmate. They searched the home on Shumard Oak Way and arrested Tara Patterson for child endangerment. They say she also brought 5 grams of suspected heroin into jail with her. New at 4, the Drug Enforcement Administration is reporting a nationwide spike in mass overdoses. Isabel Rosales breaks down what's driving the trend and the new drug authorities worry could be the next big threat.
You can just see his smile. He's so proud.
Memories are all Shelby Cooper has of her youngest brother. Ryan was 22 years old when he died from an overdose last year.
I did hug him through the body bag. And that was the last time I hugged him.
His family ultimately piecing it together. Ryan ordered pills online. He never knew they were laced with fentanyl. Rashida Weathers runs a DEA lab in Maryland.
This is enough fentanyl to kill 1.5 million people.
Her team tests drugs seized in DEA busts.
We're seeing cocaine laced with fentanyl, methamphetamine, marijuana, heroin.
At DEA labs, authorities say 2 out of every 5 pills found to contain fentanyl have a deadly amount in them. Jared Forget leads the DEA's Washington division.
I have 20 years with DEA.
I can't tell the difference if it's a legitimate pill or a counterfeit pill.
Victims are getting younger and younger, often using apps like Snapchat to buy the deadly dupes. Take a look. It only takes this tiny amount for fentanyl to kill 5 people. Last year, more Americans died from fentanyl than from car crashes and gun violence combined, according to the CDC. The DEA is now seeing a new threat emerge, known as ISO. The agency says it is as dangerous and deadly as fentanyl, but hasn't yet boomed.
The next drug of the future will happen. Drug trafficking is always evolving.
I'm Isabel Rosales reporting.
The director of the National Drug Control Policy says we are losing a life to overdose every 5 minutes. We'll take a look at how some local small businesses are preparing for a busy holiday weekend, plus more rescue crews being called in to search for a missing Siskiyou County man. But first, police need your help identifying a person of interest they believe is shooting at people in Oroville.
Power is becoming a necessity if you live in California. Between an aging electrical grid and changes to the climate, it's clear your power is at risk. When the power goes out, you'll have no lights, no internet, no refrigeration, no air conditioning or heating. All electronics are rendered useless. The best way to keep your home and family protected during a power outage is by installing a Generac home standby generator.
With the Generac, it powers our well, our refrigerator, and my CPAP machine. We don't have to worry about whether we lose power or not.
When utility power fails, Generac generators automatically turn on and begin providing backup power to your home. Your home is safe, and you and your family stay comfortable and secure. Generac generators are permanently installed and run on highly efficient clean-burning natural gas or LP fuel, which means no extension cords or trips to the gas station. And with Mobile Link remote monitoring, you can also check the status of your generator anywhere in the world using a cell phone, tablet, or PC. Generac generators are designed and built in the USA, and Generac is the #1 manufacturer of home standby generators in the world. You can feel confident in your purchasing decision, knowing that Generac offers 24/7 customer support to provide assistance day or night.
Living in California, we needed reliability because I work out of the house. Having the Generac gives us huge peace of mind to know that we never have to worry about not having power.
Owning a generator has never been easier or more affordable. Special financing is available with 0 money down and low monthly payment options. Call or go online to request a free quote. And if you act now, you will receive a free 7-year extended warranty with your purchase, a $695 value. Don't wait for the next power outage. Call or go online now to request your free quote. Take control of your power and empower your life with Generac.
You're watching Action News Now on NBC 24. Storm Tracker weather. Covering Northern California. You're watching Action News Now. Breaking news.
You're looking live at the Nelson fire burning right now in Oroville. CAL FIRE says it has grown to about 200 acres with 0% containment. The Butte County Sheriff's Office issued evacuation warnings for Butte Zone ONW 737. Again, that's ONW 737, an evacuation warning. The CHP says Cottonwood Road is closed between Highway 99 and Table Mountain Road. Breaking news, Oroville police are searching for a man they say is armed and dangerous and a person of interest in a shooting. Take a look. This is exclusive surveillance video the police department gave Action News Now. They say this is the man they want to talk to about the shooting on Olive Highway at Foothill Boulevard, June 22nd. That's when someone shot Bobby Rogers while he was riding his ATV. Oroville police warn not to contact this man if you see him, but if you know who he is or where he is, you're asked to call the number on your screen or email Detective Jess Darnell. We'll show those contacts again before the commercial break. New details on the search for a missing Siskiyou County man. More than 50 people are looking in the Shasta Trinity National Forest for 66-year-old Terry Knight of McLeod, who's been missing for 8 days. Crews from 15 to 20 different counties from California and Oregon are helping in that search north of McLeod Mill and southwest of Mud Creek. But the tough terrain has made it challenging.
This is very forested, rugged terrain. In difficult terrain, if it's not steep, it may be flat, but there's lots of down material and vegetation, which limits our ability to see the subject from the air or on the ground.
We're putting all the resources that we have and that we can bring into Siskiyou County to focus on that and facilitate the largest search that we can. And so all we can do is be hopeful and be really diligent about what we are finding out there. So we're doing everything that we can.
The Siskiyou County Sheriff's Office said search and rescue found Knight's mountain bike, helmet, and some clothes. Officials and loved ones, though, still have hope he's alive because they believe he had a supply backpack filled with food and water. A deadly crash in Glenn County early this morning. The CHP says it happened just after 5 a.m. on County Road 60, east of County Road P. Investigators say the 40-year-old Willows woman lost control of her car on a curve and flipped. She was not wearing a seatbelt and was thrown from the car. She later died at the hospital. An RV fire spread to vegetation and burned about a third of an acre in Thermalito this morning. Fire crews say the RV fire was threatening a nearby home, but they were able to stop the flames before it was damaged. Fire crews were called out to Grand Avenue at 20th Street just before 5 a.m.
We just had a pile of old junk they had collected over there. We were wondering when it might catch on fire.
In this case, we had a neighboring residence that was an immediate exposure from the original RV fire, and so that was our priority because there was a life hazard there. So once we had the life hazard mitigated and we were able to get those people out safely, our priorities then became to control the outward spread of the fire.
Battalion Chief Dyer says the situation could have been far worse had this been later in the day. Part of Grand Avenue was closed during the firefight, but it is back open now. Starting tomorrow, Sierra Pacific Industries will close tens of thousands of acres of its land to the public because of increased fire danger. The company is also making thousands of miles of fuel breaks. It says it's already created 1,500 miles of breaks in lands that you see here on your screen. Now, the company has invested $5 million to do that over the course of 3 years. Sierra Pacific has private forest land in 17 counties, including near the Modoc, Plumas, and Shasta Trinity National Forests. Past fires have damaged roads and burned trees intended for lumber harvest.
That effort is a challenging effort, and it is why we have made the difficult decision to close these lands so that we can protect the resources ahead of time. Sierra Pacific has been impacted by many of the wildfires that this region has experienced in the last couple of years, including the Dixie Fire.
The company replants its burned forest so the land can eventually return to its former state. Sierra Pacific has had to close its lands 4 times in the past 5 years. The closures will not block access to federal public land. July 4th is a busy time of year for the Whiskeytown National Recreation Area, and small business owners nearby are gearing up for the holiday weekend. The owner of the Oak Bottom Camp Store tells Action News Now she's fully booked for camping reservations and only has a limited number of RV reservations left for the weekend. One worker says the 4th is the busiest time of year for businesses on the lake. Amber Johnson says her store is even busier than last year.
Car fire in 2018, it's come a long ways. It's going to take years to grow it back, but it's looking better than it was. It's just exciting seeing how full we are and how many reservations, rentals we've gotten. So we've had a really good year so far.
You know, Whiskeytown is definitely a gem for this part of the state, and it's nice to be able to see all the wildlife starting to recover. Obviously, it's going to take some time, but it's definitely does the heart good knowing that it is coming back, and being able to just come back and enjoy stuff like this is much needed for the morale.
Johnson tells Action News Now she still has a kayak and paddle boards available to rent, but they will sell out fast. Coming up at 5, we'll break down what local law enforcement will be doing to help crack down on crime there and to keep everyone safe this holiday weekend. Happening tonight, there will be a DUI checkpoint in Chico. It will be near the intersection of East Park Avenue and Fair Street. Officers will be out there checking for impaired drivers, also checking to make sure all drivers have a valid driver's license. The checkpoint will be in place from 7 p.m. through 11. A heads up for drivers, the northbound slow lane on I-5 in Siskiyou County will be closed tomorrow from 6 in the morning until 3 in the afternoon. Caltrans will be working on a project to provide more room for cars that accidentally veer off the road. The closure starts at about a mile north of Weeds Safety Roadside Rest Area and will continue through late July. Happening this weekend, United Tire and Wheels is kicking off summer with a car show. Saturday, July 2nd from 11 a.m. to 3 p.m. You can join in on the barbecue, games, and raffle, and someone will even win a set of 22 by 12 American Force wheels. It's at 2246 The Esplanade in Chico. Health officials are seeing an uptick in vasectomy consultations in light of the Roe v. Wade decision.
And this is the Nelson fire burning near Oroville right now. We have south wind about 16 miles an hour, pushing it toward the north. You can see that smoke moving from left to right on your screen, from south to north. Low humidity too, about 16%, and currently 92 degrees. I'll let you know how long this wind is going to last. I'll have your forecast for the upcoming holiday weekend in just a few minutes. News Now, our promise is to alert you first in times of severe weather.
And give you the most accurate, easy to understand weather coverage. So turn to us when severe weather threatens to keep you safe and prepared.
From wind and rain to drought and fires, stay informed with Action News Now on all of your devices.
We track all the weather right where you live.
From the start of your morning
to the end of your day.
Storm Tracker weather, another reason why Action News Now
is coverage you can count on.
This week, Today gets you ready for your ultimate July 4th weekend. How to make holiday travel a breeze. Plus, backyard and beach safety tips, barbecue must-haves, and hot summer deals.
Great job.
All this week on Today.
When life starts closing in and the days blur together, it helps to change your perspective, shift your methods, and find new roads. There's power in movement. And when you can take control of what lies ahead with just a push of a button, you'll know you're headed in the right direction. Lithia Chevrolet, getting you to the good life.
The world is full of make or break moments, especially if you have postmenopausal osteoporosis and a high risk for fracture. It's time to make your move to help reduce your risk of fracture with Prolia. Only Prolia is proven to help strengthen and protect bones from fracture with one shot every 6 months.
Do not take Prolia if you have low blood calcium, are pregnant, are allergic to it, or take Xgeva. Serious allergic reactions like low blood pressure, trouble breathing, throat tightness, face, lip, or tongue swelling, rash, itching, or hives have happened. Tell your doctor about dental problems, as severe jawbone problems may happen, or new or unusual pain in your hip, groin, or thigh, as unusual thigh bone fractures have occurred. Speak to your doctor before stopping, skipping, or delaying Prolia, as spine and other bone fractures have occurred. Prolia can cause serious side effects like low blood calcium, serious infections, which could need hospitalization, skin problems, and severe bone, joint, or muscle pain.
Don't wait for a break. Call your doctor now and ask how Prolia can help you.
You're watching Action News Now on NBC 24. Coverage you can count on.
Welcome back. A Kansas City urologist says vasectomy consults have increased by 900% since the Roe v. Wade decision. Megan Abundis has more on this life-changing procedure.
I didn't ever envision myself talking about this, but it feels good.
In the shade of his backyard, surrounded by four-pawed furry friends.
You have to give it some serious thought.
Lion Lank doesn't take priceless things for granted.
we just want the basics. We just want to be able to, have this yard, have a choice in what we want our lives to look like.
Like proposing with a family diamond smuggled from Czechoslovakia during the Nazi occupation.
Kels is everything to me. I've never met a more beautiful, kind, caring person.
Which is why he's sharing their decision in lieu of the abortion ban.
Because the power of people don't stop.
Here we are, having to think the unthinkable.
And after weighing his fiance's medical history,
we've talked about me getting a vasectomy. I've got to contemplate doing what could potentially be a life-saving procedure for the person I love most. It's not a decision I make lightly, I'll say that.
One of our office managers said, "Get ready."
Dr. Christian Hettinger is a urologist at KCUC. There's about 24 clinics across the metro.
Since Friday, we're up 900% in people looking to get a vasectomy.
The demand for vasectomy consults drastically increasing across both states. Here's the numbers for just one clinic.
Typically, it's about 3 over a weekend, and over this past weekend, it was 50 that came through looking for vasectomies.
It's not right for everybody.
It should be viewed as a permanent form of sterilization. So it's not something that's a good temporary fix, if you will. It's not something I would plan to have done and then reversed in the future.
Lank says he knows the mass of his decision, has done the research, and talked to his family and friends.
Either I get this or we risk her, being denied a procedure down the line, and that's unacceptable to me. So it's not a sacrifice. It's the right thing to do.
We checked in with Enloe Medical Center in Chico. It's had a pretty consistent amount of patients coming in for consultations and has not seen an uptick since the Roe v. Wade decision was overturned. Now, we also reached out to Shasta Regional. No word yet on what it's experiencing. A live look right now from Oroville. You can see a plume of smoke from the Nelson fire burning. Chief Meteorologist Jason Stiff has more on hot, dry conditions fire crews are facing straight ahead.
News Now on Facebook, your hub for news, weather, and contest information. Join the conversation. Follow us on Facebook. Action News Now, social you can count on.
It's our massive jacuzzi and pellet grill truckload sale at Backyard Solutions' new home next to Great Harvest Bread, Mangrove, Chico. We have jacuzzi tubs available now with factory incentives from $1,000 to $3,000 off. It's our best selection ever. Buy now before future price increases. See our Hydro Pool swim spas with model sizes to fit your backyard. Grab a Green Mountain pellet grill at a special price now. Don't miss our massive jacuzzi and pellet grill sale at Backyard Solutions next to Great Harvest Bread, Mangrove, Chico.
This 4th of July, celebrate with us and experience the new furniture and Mattress 86. Our new location at 945 Merchant Street is not complete, but the savings are. Everything in the store is marked down and ready to go. Sofas starting at $386. 4-piece bedroom sets $799. Refrigerators at prices so low we aren't allowed to advertise them. Come experience the new furniture and Mattress 86. Up to 60 months interest-free financing, free local delivery, even at sale prices. Right behind our old location, Furniture and Mattress 86, across from the post office, 945 Merchant Street, Reading. If you find it for less, you should buy it.
If you're in the market for a new home, you know everything's changed. You might have to make multiple offers without knowing if the appliances and systems are even working. Good news is, American Home Shield plans cover parts of more than 20 appliances and systems, including AC, electrical, and plumbing, even roof leak repair. No inspection needed. And if they can't repair it, they'll replace it. With American Home Shield, you get the peace of mind that your new home and your budget are covered. Go to ahs.com to get a free quote.
Hi, I'm Court Flopping. You're watching Action News Now, coverage you can count on.
I got hurt in a car accident and I have some questions. Can I talk to a lawyer for free? Shouldn't I just trust the system to pay me what's fair?
We answer car accident questions like these every day. Call us. We're the Law Brothers.
Biggins Lighting, lighting up the North State over 45 years.
See all the Steves on a new season of Family Feud.
Weekdays on NBC 24. You're watching Action News Now. Storm tracker weather, coverage you can count on.
Breaking news, we are tracking a new brush fire west of the Robinson Mill area in Butte County. This is north of Rackerby. This is a live look. The Sandra fire, it's called, is threatening structures. It is burning along Sandra Lane. We're working to learn more, and we'll bring you those details throughout our newscasts. So, Jason, what kind of conditions are fire crews facing?
Yeah, well, that camera view that you just saw there was looking toward the east-northeast, so you can see that the smoke's still going from right to left in that camera view, which means we have the south to north wind, and that's what we have over much of Northern California right now. It's still hot, but I'm happy to say it's not as hot as yesterday, and that cooling trend continues right now. In Paradise, it's 84 degrees. Oroville, 92 degrees. That fire a little bit south of Lake Oroville. Not sure the exact distance from Lake Oroville, but it is south of Lake Oroville. 90 degrees in Chico. It's 95 hot degrees in Redding and 83 degrees in Chester and Bernie. But some of the strongest breezes that we have right now are in Butte County, sustained at 16 miles an hour at the Oroville Airport, 21 miles an hour in Chico, coming right out of the south. And we'll still have more of those breezes through the evening hours until the sun goes down. Humidity is low. Most areas between 10 and 25%, slightly higher in Corning, but it is dry for everyone. And it's only 11% humidity, both in Quincy and in Chester. Very little cloud cover outside, and it's all over Siskiyou County, portions of Trinity County, and that's not going to amount to anything. We're going to have a clearing of the sky tonight, plenty of sunshine on Friday, but then Saturday it starts to change. That's that trough low pressure I've been tracking all week and telling you about all week. By early afternoon, we'll have a chance for some spotty showers, very light at best, over parts of Siskiyou County and Trinity County too, but that's that entire trough moving eastward over Oregon and Northern California, and we'll really feel the cooling of our weather. We could easily be well into the triple digits for the upcoming 4th of July weekend, but that is not happening this year. We're going to be well below average by at least 10, if not 15 degrees Saturday and Monday. We'll have a chance for showers mainly over the mountains. We'll have stronger breezes both Saturday and Sunday. Keep that in mind. And we will have a gradual lessening of the wind and an increase in the temperature.
BCSO is issuing an evacuation warning for Zone 685 Forbstown due to fire. For more information, visit www.buttecounty.net/sheriff or call 833-512-5378.
Increasing clouds, a slight chance for mountain showers, but most of that is not going to make its way into the valley. Just keep an eye to the sky if you do have outdoor holiday weekend plans. Here's your forecast for tomorrow. It's going to be a beautiful start to July for Trinity and Siskiyou counties with highs in the mid to upper 80s, a few lower 90s around the Weaverville area. As you can see around the northeast, we'll have temperatures mainly in the 80s. Not quite that warm and mineral though, with a high of only 78 degrees. Paradise, 85 degrees tomorrow afternoon, 83 degrees for Magalia after a really comfortable overnight with lows in the 50s and lower 60s. Also more comfortable for the valley, lows tonight in the upper 50s and lower 60s. Highs tomorrow will be hot, but cooler than average. Lower 90s, 92 to 93 degrees. And for Glenn and Butte counties, we'll have lows tonight in the upper 50s and lower 60s. Highs also lower 90s. It's going to be hot, but that's still cooler than average. It's going to cool further. Sunday and Monday in Chico, dropping down to the lower 80s, but lower 90s with more breezes late next week. And for the Redding area, lower 90s tomorrow and Saturday. Not a good chance for showers, but not impossible, but it will be a lot cooler and breezier.
Thank you, Jason. New pickleball courts are coming to one local city where you can get your game on and take some lessons. But first, new leads on suspects authorities believe are connected to the deaths of more than 50 people in a truck trailer in Texas.
Storm Tracker weather 7-day forecast at actionnewsnow.com.
Are you drowning in IRS tax debt?
I owe the IRS $37,000.
Get ready for a toll-free hotline. Take advantage of new IRS tax forgiveness programs that may protect you from IRS collection agencies. They have the power to garnish your wages, put liens on your property, and levy your bank account. Civic Tax Relief can help protect you from the IRS.
Civic Tax Relief basically represented me against the IRS, and by the time everything was completed, I didn't owe the IRS anything.
Find out about the Fresh Start program that is now available through Civic Tax Relief. Civic Tax Relief's special tax hotline can help you discover all the relief programs available for free.
I would recommend anyone who has a tax problem to contact Civic Tax Relief.
Just call 800-211-6117. 800-211-6117. Don't wait. Call now. 800-211-6117. 800-211-6117.
Who says you can't get 100% whiter teeth? Try Crest Whitening Emulsions. Remove 10 years of stains in just 4 days. And it's enamel safe for everyday use. Better, faster, 100% whiter teeth. Crest, the #1 teeth whitening brand in America.
I like to boost it, boost it. My vitamins can boost it. I like to boost it, boost it. We like to boost it.
Boost, a fizzing amazing vitamin boost.
Boost it.
I'm Linda Watkins Bennett. You're watching Action News Now coverage you can count on.
Ugh-stipated. Feeling weighed down by a backed up gut. Miralax is different. It works naturally with the water in your body to unblock your gut. Free your gut and your mood will follow.
7-day-old tuna casserole.
How'd you know that?
Even my nose is strong. You need Hefty Ultra Strong. It has Arm & Hammer, continuous odor control. Hefty, Hefty, Hefty. Oh, and Toby needs a bath. Stay one step ahead of Stinky.
New at 4, a Texas man suspected of smuggling migrants and then leaving them to die in a tractor trailer made his first appearance in court today. Omar Villafranca has the latest on the charges he and another person face in the deaths of 53 people.
Mexican authorities say this is 45-year-old Homero Zamorano behind the wheel of a tractor trailer that crossed through an immigration checkpoint earlier this week. Authorities arrested him in a field near the tractor trailer after finding 67 people inside in triple-digit San Antonio heat. A Mexican immigration official says Zamorano tried to slip away by pretending to be one of the survivors. At least 53 migrants died. Families from Central America are now getting word of the deaths of their loved ones, including 13-year-old cousins Wilmer Tulul and Pascual Melvin Guajiac from Guatemala. Tulul's father says he begged him not to go, but he says his son insisted because he wanted a better life. The mother of deceased migrants Alejandro and Fernando Andino Caballero and mother-in-law of Margie Tamara says there are no opportunities for young people in Honduras. Despite their education, she says, doors were closed for them. In Mexico, Virgilia Lopez says her son Javier Flores is missing. He was traveling with her nephew, who survived the sweltering truck and is now in a San Antonio hospital. The county medical examiner's office is still working to identify the migrants, many who came without identification.
We need to confirm with these countries, their consulates and embassies, are these the people? And we need to wait to hear back from them. Once we have that confirmation, we can then conclusively say, yes, this is the person.
This was the deadliest human smuggling event in U.S. history. Omar Villafranca, CBS News, San Antonio.
A U.S. official says the truck passed an inland U.S. Border Patrol checkpoint with the migrants inside. The second American and 2 Mexicans also facing charges in the smuggling case are expected in court by the end of the week. Where you can hit the courts and learn a ball game that's on the rage when Action News Now First at 4 continues.
Here is confidence in a bottle. It just gives you such a boost of confidence.
Not only does it change you on the outside, but something on the inside, knowing that you're looking better.
It makes me feel so much more confident than I've ever felt in my life.
They are some of the hottest videos on social media. Those videos claiming to instantly get rid of bags under your eyes. Well, today we're going to see one for ourselves and let you be the judge. It's called Plexiderm, and lifestyle expert Annette Figueroa is here to tell us why she says this one is for real.
This one is for real, and I'm so excited. We even have a video, and you'll notice the model has bags underneath his eyes and some sagging, and all he uses is a small amount on a clean, dry face, and that's how easy it is.
All right, what's the active ingredient?
Okay, so it's silicates that are minerals found in shale rock, and what it does is it tightens and lifts the appearance of bags underneath your eyes in as little as 10 minutes, no prescriptions, and very little effort. Even watching the video, this is a real, it's a model, but it's a real guy with real bags underneath his eyes. And I did this to my father. We were at home. I had the timer on, and we were screaming. 4 minutes, 34 seconds, completely gone.
My real true opinion is holy words I can't say on camera. These lines bother me. They really do. And this is absolutely unbelievable. I mean, I could feel it just lifting my skin. It was amazing. It feels good. Feels great. Looks even better.
And not only does it work on the bags, it works on the appearance of crow's feet, fine lines, and wrinkles. So it targets all those problem areas.
So this would be a daily thing, or
it absolutely could be a daily thing. But the way you want to do it is you want to have a clean, dry face. You use a small amount because it's so powerful. You have high school reunions, you have events you want to go to, you want to look years younger. This is it.
Take action this 4th of July with the Plexiderm 10-minute challenge. Try it now for only $14.95. Plus, get free shipping. Visit getplexiderm.com or call the number on your screen.
First at 4, grab your paddle. The City of Corning has a new pickleball court. Check it out. Anyone can use the courts. They cost about $85,000 to build, but it only took 2 weeks from start to finish. There will be pickleball classes in the near future that will reserve those courts for specific times. Happening tomorrow in Reading. Tease your hair, get ready to party like it's 1984. The Art Hunger Project and Viva Downtown are hosting the 80s Art Party for First Friday. It's the second exhibition of Art Hunger's Summer Gallery with more than 200 new pieces of artwork. The event's from 5 to 9 tomorrow at the IOOF Hall in downtown Reading. Time now for one last check of your forecast. Jason?
Yeah, the breezy weather is still occurring right now over much of the valley. A lot of gusty wind around the valley between 15 and 25 miles an hour. Sustained wind in Oroville and Chico, 16 to 17 miles an hour. It's very dry air also, and we're still going to have fairly clear sky tonight. Humidity levels 16% in both locations, and we still have both the Sandra fire in the areas south of Lake Oroville as well as the Nelson fire in the Oroville area. Tonight we're still going to have a clear sky. Temperatures dropping down to the lower 80s by 10 p.m. More details on our current weather conditions and your forecast coming up at 5.
Thank you, Jason, and thank you for joining us. Stay right here for Action News Now at 5 with Alan and Haley. Have a good evening.
Watching Action News Now at 4 on NBC 24.
Pitt River Casino is open with a health and sanitation program in place for the safety of our guests and staff, offering thermal scanning, hand sanitizers, slot machine sanitation, and face masks. We appreciate your loyalty and thank you for your understanding during this trying time.
Meet Ron. That man is always on. And he's on it with Jardiance for type 2 diabetes. His underhand sky serve, on fire. His grilling game, on point. And his A1C, Ron is on it with the once daily pill Jardiance. Jardiance not only lowers A1C, it goes beyond to reduce the risk of cardiovascular death for adults with type 2 diabetes and known heart disease. And Jardiance may help you lose some weight.
Jardiance may cause serious side effects, including ketoacidosis that may be fatal, dehydration that can lead to sudden worsening of kidney function, and genital yeast or urinary tract infections. A rare life-threatening bacterial infection in the skin of the perineum could occur. Stop taking Jardiance and call your doctor right away if you have symptoms of this infection, ketoacidosis, or an allergic reaction. And don't take it if you're on dialysis. Taking Jardiance with a sulfonylurea or insulin may cause low blood sugar.
A once daily pill that goes beyond lowering A1C? On it with Jardiance. Ask your doctor about Jardiance.
For a family that goes in so many different directions, sometimes it takes a hot day and a full tank of gas to set the rest aside and just have fun together. Wishing and hoping doesn't make it happen. Getting there makes it happen. Having the power to load up, go and do at any free moment should be easy. No matter what distractions come up tomorrow, this day is what they'll remember. Lithia Chevrolet, getting you to the good life.
Pitt River Casino is open with a health and sanitation program in place for the safety of our guests and staff, offering thermal scanning, hand sanitizers, slot machine sanitation, and face masks. We appreciate your loyalty and thank you for your understanding during this trying time.
Breaking news in Oroville, a brush fire forcing people to get going in a hurry. We take you to the firefight. Plus, caught on camera, a person of interest in the Oroville ATV shooting. What police want you to know. And new at 5, healthcare access cut down in Orland with a clinic closure. What this means for the rural community.
Covering Northern California. You're watching Action News Now. Breaking news.
We're following breaking news in Oroville, where the Nelson fire has burned at least 200 acres between Nelson and Cottonwood Road. It's now 40% contained.
So take a look at this. This is actually a live look in the area right now, right in the middle, but on the far right, you can see smoke. This is looking really across the forebay to the northwest from the Oroville area. Now, the CHP says Cottonwood Road is closed between Highway 99 and Table Mountain Boulevard. CAL FIRE says no homes or buildings have burned. This is close to Highway 70 and Highway 99. The Butte County Sheriff has issued an evacuation warning for Zone Butte ONW 737. That's the area north of Thermalito Forebay, west of Highway 70. Now, you're looking live over the area of Nelson Avenue here, where that fire is burning.
Let's get straight to Chief Meteorologist Jason Stiff. Jason, what is the weather impact on that firefight?
It's all about the wind right now. It's been a little bit gustier in the last hour around Oroville and much of southern Butte County. However, we are not quite as windy as I have been recently, which is really good news. I want to show you a really quick time lapse. I'm going to put this in motion right now. Just the last 15 minutes, you can tell that they've been getting more containment on this fire. It's gone from 0% containment to 40%, which is fantastic news, especially when we have this wind gusting up to 21 miles an hour from the south. This is looking toward the east, so we have the left to right wind, which means south to north wind around the area. Still hot too. Oroville is 92 degrees. It's 91 degrees in Chico, 85 degrees in Paradise. The wind in Oroville sustained at 14, but now gusting to 21 miles an hour. 17-mile-an-hour wind still out of the south in the Chico area. Humidity is low in Butte County, between 15 and 20%, and not much better in other parts of Glenn, Tehama, and Shasta County either. Now, as far as that wind is concerned, thankfully it will be weakening overnight tonight, and most of that area will have wind less than 10 miles an hour by tomorrow morning, but we still have high fire danger going forward. More on that, as well as your upcoming 4th of July weekend forecast in just a few minutes.
We are also tracking a fire in Colusa County. Take a look. This is the smoke east of Clear Lake from just about 20 minutes ago. We do have somebody on the way, and we'll bring you more details as we learn more.
We're also tracking a brush fire west of Robinson Mill area of Butte County, north of Rackerby.